Hi guys, so today we have a Companion 3 Series 2 Bose multimedia speaker system, and the problem with it is that it didn't have any sound on the output. You can barely hear it. It was very only in the on the satellite speakers, not in the bass on the subwoofer. So first things first. Well, it did turn on. There was no problem. The power supply seems to be okay. We have the 14 volts DC coming out of the power supply, and so that's about it about this one. So we have either two options where the problem was in the amp board or on the control pod. It's already disassembled. You just have to, it has two screws and the dial for the volume, and that's it, right? So first I thought it could be a cable issue. Sometimes, if they bend a lot, they break connection. You don't have a good connection, or some of these ones get loose or whatever. But no, after checking, plugging it in and checking through the connection port, it's this one. It all seems to be okay, so it was not a connection problem. So my second thought was the volume, but it did respond to the volume. Like I said, it was very low audio, so you can barely hear it, but it did respond to the volume part, so it was no problem with the volume part. So the other thing was, well, if that not, I even thought it was a grounding issue, a bad ground, because I traced the sound to the audio preamps. In this case, it's a 4556, and the audio did come to the preamplifier. So the next thing I noticed is that I didn't have any voltage coming to the the supply voltage for them to work. I have only like on pin 8 I had only like I don't know, it was 0.5 0.6 volts, so not enough to work. We need a hell lot of, at least we need something around 5 volts difference between ground and the voltage supply. So I traced back the line. It was the third pin, so then came back here, and since I don't have any schematic for this, it was a pain to find it, but I traced it to this area. The connection was through here, and even though the resistors are fine, they're not open. They're in the connection between the sides of the PC board. The problem was over here. I know it kind of, I don't know, I always twist this kind of caps, and they came apart, with the pads staying, always stay in the PCB. In this case, it was too damaged, corroded. So the problem was, I have the voltage coming through here in the 1 kilo ohm resistor and the 10 ohm resistor, but this pad did not communicate with this side, and that was a problem. You're supposed to go to the collector of this transistor, this one. Just let me show you the collector of this transistor. So I had to remove this because it was on top and I couldn't see it, and as soon as I took it off, it was all it was leakage from the capacitor. And as you can still see, there's some electrolyte. Like, let me focus right there. I don't know if you can see the difference. There's some still electrolyte. So it corroded the connection, but that's about it. So we only have to fix, put a jumper cable through this side, or right from here to the resistor, and that should be it. and of course replace the capacitor. It's a 100 microfarads, 25 volts rating. So I'm gonna replace it now and see what's happened. Well, we're back, so we already replaced the cap. It's already hooked up, and speakers on, AC on, and we plugged the signal cord, the 3.5 millimeter cord, signal cords, just to make a test drive. And okay, let's fire this puppy up. Let's see what's, there it goes. A little bit of sound, and as you can see, now we're amplifying, so we're in business. So that was it. I'm just gonna reassemble everything back up, but it's good to go. Okay, hope it works. Hope it helps you in some way. Anyway, take care, have a nice one, bye.